Hello, as an upcoming cinematographer or ETP, you've probably been in my shoe before, whereby you've seen something online, either on YouTube, Vimeo, or Instagram, and you feel like this is the production level you want to attain, and you are currently feeling like you are stuck where you are, and this is the sort of level you want to get to. To be fair, you can't jump from where you are to where you want to be. All you need to do is to take a step one after the other, and you get to that position. You get to that goal you want to attain. So this has been my reality for years back now, because I've been devoting my time to keep creating spec projects like this one we'll be talking about in today's video. And today's video is all going to be a breakdown, cinematography breakdown, lighting breakdown, and a whole production process that goes behind myself and the team creating this tennis commercial for Slazenger.
Tennis to me is a present game. It doesn't matter how I played before. What matters is this moment. Finding the rhythm. Finding the right ball on my racket. And hitting the perfect shot. Again and again and again. With the right mindset, I'm always one step closer to winning. Slazenger, designed for champions.
Not to take much of your time, I will partition this video into like categories. The first one will be the pre-production stage, and then we talk about the production, which I'll pick like 3 or 4 frames from the project, and the last stage will be the post-production. In terms of the pre-production, one thing that really helped us was picking a day to recce the location. Obviously, this is a tennis court. I usually play tennis almost every week, and I've been very familiar with the location, but because of that, I'm not saying I don't need to go there to recce. Obviously, I took the director and the other people that were on set on the production day with me to recce the location and to plan together to see how we can bring the vision to life. I took the Sony FX6, and with the director we were able to like come up with all of the shots we wanted according to the storyboard we had already. So we kind of like sketch and film all of those scenes on that pre-production day. So literally I went home with that, edited the whole thing, put them together as if we are finishing the whole production. So that way I was well aware of shots we need to get on production, shots we need to spend time on, shots we need to prioritize, shots that will give us a little bit of challenge. All of those informations were gotten off the film we did on the day of the pre-production, which really helped the final result.
Before.
So enough talk about the pre-production. Let me go quickly straight into the equipment we use for this particular project. So we filmed almost everything on the Sony FX6, and we also had some shots that was shot on the Sony A7S3. We used the DZOFILM 25mm house prime, and we also used the DZOFILM Vespeed 40mm, and we also used this particular Sony lens for this particular shot. Now let's break down some of my favorite shots of this commercial. Let's start with this particular shot. So the Sony lens I mentioned earlier was used on this particular one. That was on the Sony FX6. So I basically wanted to get this kind of zoom in effects, and I do not have any B4 lens or any very funky lens that can do something like that apart from this particular Sony lens. And on the FX6 I just basically used the zoom in and out function on the side undo, and that was how I got this particular shot, which I like, and that was all we used that lens for this whole commercial. So my frame is something like this. That's the FX6, and this is the DZO25mm. And the sun was shining from this side of the frame straight into Ira with 7. So the sun was coming from this direction of the frame, as you can see on our body here, all this rim light, even on our face. That was the main source of light. And the only thing we added in terms of lighting on this shot was this rim light you can see here. This rim light on this other side, because the sun was coming from here, so the other lights coming from this direction was a giant 5-in-1 reflector. So this sunlight that was coming from here was coming and was bouncing straight to her, and the spilling one was coming to this reflector, which was bouncing the light back to her back here, and the camera was filming on this other side. So, and she's serving into this direction, so kind of have a side profile of her. And going quickly to another shot. Now this shot is basically similar setup, but we change 2 things. The first one is the camera position. This was still on the 25mm house, and this is the FX6. Sunlight is coming from this direction and it's shining up all to our face. And what I like about having full blast sun, when you want to use it to your advantage and you're filming on the shadow side, obviously you have this, like, see how if you get this kind of contrast in a real in a scene that is not lit by the sun, and you want to fake having the sun, you need a very powerful light. And with this, we add the sun to our advantage, and it gives, see all this pattern. I just love like the way kind of creates the dark and light kind of pattern we always look for in film. This is dark, this is light, this is dark, this is light, this is light, this is light. And that kind of gives this very, if you kind of dim your eyes to look at it, you just kind of enjoy how it looks. What we did to amplify the dark side of this is we turned the reflector that we used for the previous shot from the silver side to the dark side, and we brought it very close to her to give this more darker feel of the shadow side, which kind of tell the dark from the lights. So if you, I mean, this is, and then you have this blue sky, you have this green feel, which is really nice to my, like, to my own personal taste. I don't know if it looks nice to you, but this is really nice to me. So going straight into another shot, let's talk about this particular shot. I used the Sony A7S3 and Tamron. Now I remember I used Tamron 17 to 20. Is it 28 or 20? I can't remember. Either 28mm or so. I think 28mm. And what I did basically was to put the camera. So because it was the last shot we did, maybe second to the last shot, I was going to use this more magic and kind of thing to clip the camera to this racket rim, but I was just out of time and I just need to get this particular shot. All I did was put the camera with the lens. So I used the 17 to 28mm. I went on the 17mm, I guess. So I think I was 17 all through this particular one. I told her what she needed to do, and I moved the rackets with the camera and the lens together simultaneously, and kind of give this swinging effect and a kind of perspective of you're looking through the rackets, which I like, kind of give another dynamic shots to the whole production, apart from the normal close and wide shots. This is more like a perspective wide shot.
Designed for champions.
Now this is the final shot, and I needed it to be about the product again and to sell the product. I've positioned this product like this to have this kind of shadow falling that way, and I've placed the camera on the other this shadow side. Then because I have all of these details, I just use one of the balls showing the main side of the ball and turn the other ones to make it look real and not fake. Like you literally position them there. Obviously look positioned for, I mean, just to make it look real, not fake, but obviously it's fake, but it can be real. And that will probably be it for the breakdown. Lastly, it will be the post-production. So not to waste much time, I literally edited everything in DaVinci Resolve and color graded, simple. I don't really like it to be, especially my commercials, I love them to be simple and organic. I just try to make everything subtle, and I really didn't want to overdo any of the process, either the colors or the pacing or the song or the sound effect. I just wanted it to be so subtle that it looks natural, and if you've kind of followed the whole commercial from the beginning to the end. And I also used the DJI Air 2S as the area footage for beginning and then for the end, and that's basically all about this production that I can remember. And if you have any question about this production, and if you want to know more about it, or if there is something I didn't talked about and you feel you want to know about, just drop me a comment in the comment section and I will gladly attend to it. Thank you for sticking around to this very end. I mean, it's been a long video, but thank you once again for sticking around, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.